Okay.
My turn
Okay.
again.
Yes.
Closing to restart.
Let's pretend nothing happened.
Okay, I think when we are dead, we want to preserve our body. So, if I die, I don't want other people to eat my body. I want to preserve it and looks just the same. Yes, I don't want other people to eat me. Yes, this is my point. Thank you.
So, question time.
Okay, questions. So, you said you don't want other people to eat your body, but what if other people who don't mind, we can still eat their body after they die, because after you die, basically you don't exist anymore. So why can't we eat people's body? Because you're not important, you die, you're not important to the world anymore. You just die, you don't exist, your soul, you don't even have soul, and your wishes before you die, they vanish when you die. And you wouldn't even know when people eat your body. You won't have feeling, you won't have pain.
But it's still my body.
It won't be your body anymore. It's just a bag of bacteria rotting in the mud.
Okay.
Can I just say that what's wrong with you to think to other people like that another people when they are there? They are human when I live in this world. What is the point of view to make you think that you can't eat this kind of person? So back to your point, you said that if he wants to eat to make his body to be eaten, which means that person must be psychopath.
No.
Definitely.
No.
Yes, we didn't say that.
No.
So you said that. Yeah, you said that. Yeah. So I think that the point is, human. Can you imagine that you eat your beans like the pig eat
Oh,
their beans?
Michael, be careful with your English.
Yes.
Do you understand what he's saying?
Calm down.
Okay.
So, slow down, it's okay.
Yeah. Actually, I'm quite nervous. Yeah. Yes. I don't think people can imagine that when I eat a human flesh and I need to say, oh thank you, oh thank you, yes we get your flesh so I can eat this kind of or whatever, like my grandma, oh thank you grandpa, you give me this kind of flesh so I can eat them. That is totally wrong, the moral is wrong. Yeah.
So you think people like this are very selfish when they want to preserve their body when they no longer exist? Selfish.
No,
Why don't you contribute just a little bit more to your grandchildren?
that is just a natural thing.
What you're saying is just people, they have this selfish ownership. They think they own this body. But no! They are born to this world.
Yeah.
And it belongs to the world.
Yes. But it doesn't mean that you can eat this body. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a human, so I can decide whether I want to eat human flesh or not. That is totally wrong because we are the same beings. So we had what is the word? That is sympathies, right?
Sympathies.
Yes.
Don't
sympathy.
help each other like that. It's a competition.
Don't you have the sympathy that you, when you are eating your bean?
Time up.
Okay. So, Kevin? So, next.
Our first statement, right? Our
Yes.
first
2 minutes.
statement.
So,
okay.
start.
Now, okay. All right. Our team point of view is that we should contribute to this world more. Like after life, we can still contribute ourselves to the world. We can make most of it. For example, my body. You can eat my meat. You can have my lungs. You can have everything. Let's take a brief example. Like in Taiwanese food stand, you know, there's like pig lungs, pigs, whatever it is, something just I wouldn't eat, but most of the people in Taiwan they do. So if there's a shortage of pig lungs, there's a suggestion, we can take humans' lungs to replace the shortage of pig lungs. This is one kind of distribution that what I'm talking about here. And for example, 90% of our dead body will be burned, right? To be bones. simply, and we pick them up and we put it in a small bottle and we save it somewhere, right? And that's environmentally unfriendly. When you burn your body, there's loads of chemistry stuff that they will get into the air and the atmosphere, so it will damage our environment. So if we eat our body, then there will be no such problems, right? So that's the second benefit things here. So by contribute ourselves, act alive, and also protecting our environment at the same time, I don't see why that this is not a good idea. This is our statement. Thank you.
So that is affirmative team question 10, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So
So-
you mean by eating more people, you can contribute to the world?
Yes.
For me, I think-
Meat-wise, food-wise, you
Yeah.
can't have different choice.
But if in the process to eat the humans, you need to clean them, and that produces way much more waste than just bury them. So for me, I think if you really want to do that, why not just go vegetarian, so that you won't produce any kinds of waste or contribute to the world for all those pollution that you cause or all those nasty stuff that you cause.
But I think that's not the problem for only for humans. Even the pigs, the duck, the goose, every meat we are eating today would have that cost as well. And even for if we only eat vegetable, but look at the farm that chemical they use to grow better vegetables. It's also hurt. It's also damaging the earth as well.
So that's why I say that you should.
Do you mean
stop all
so?
kinds
Do you
of
mean
meat.
that we don't eat at all?
No, I mean you just stop all sorts of meat.
I think we're a bit out of track here. We're not like debating should we be vegetarian or carnivore people. That we're debating now is eating people after when they're dead. So, I mean, if we burn the body, it will be damaged for the environment. So if we eat it, like there's a factory for killing pigs, and there's a factory for killing ducks. So we just send human body to that factory, and through the same process, we can get human meat, human lungs, whatever we want. And that's a wider choice.
Sausage.
Sausage if we want to. So that's a wider choice for people, especially Asian, that we eat lungs, stuff like that.
And
We have a wider choice.
I have to say, if you want us to become vegetarianism, that we only eat vegetable. Vegetable is not the only way to stop the pollution in the world, because over these few years the temperature on Earth goes higher and higher, and there's 1/3 of the whole planet's agriculture vegetable. They don't grow. So if you expect human beings only depend on eating vegetable to live, that's not possible.
I think. So are we going to talk again about vegetarian and?
No, I'm just answering your question. That should we?
And I think donate the organ is also a contribution to other, and it can help people.
But if
donate
we
to a hospital and help someone who need it, it's not the only way to be eaten.
but allowing
3 minutes. And then
Meredith.
further 2, right? So Meredith, you have 2 minutes to speech. So start.
Okay, I think we shouldn't eat humans because first, do you know that it's kind of like a karma? Like if you eat the humans, you get the risk of contracting disease like prion or that kind of Mikcol disease that damage your neuron system, and it's going to disrupt your neurological system, and also it will cause you. I mean, especially if you eat human brains. And secondly, it was found that eating humans does not contribute to any nutritional values. So that means what you get basically is only calories and also protein, and that's all. And third is that I know it's true that both humans and animals, you can get meat from us. But what makes humans and animals different is that we have brains and we are able to think and to develop ourselves into a better person and also to make the whole world a better place. When we look back from our ancient ancestor time to the time we have now, why we are less barbaric and also less violent is because we get education and we tend to think rationally, and also we know how to behave accordingly, and that's why it's wrong to eat humans. And I think that's all for my point.
So do you mean if we start eating human beings, we will become barbaric again?
Yes.
But there's still some restrictions that towards eating humans. We can legalize the process for making human meat, and especially protein. It is essentially important for human beings. We need protein to grow our muscles or things like that. So. So I mean, especially protein, that is so valuable. So why should we ban for eating human?
Especially, or maybe it's not very high in nutrient in human body, but we eat junk food. We eat garbage? No, not eat garbage, but we eat food that is not very good for our health as well. So even if we eat McDonald's, if we eat Subway, then why can't we eat human? It's probably more tasty as well. And besides, you mentioned that there will be disease in human body, but I think for the food every human being have been eating in their life, this is the best food. But the food they eat is better than any other animal kind. So there must be more advantage in eating human body.
And Kevin just say you think eating pigs not like to discuss. You don't like to.
That's me. But majority of Taiwanese that they can accept that.
But you think
Isn't
it's
it?
not disgusting, but eating pig humans won't make you disgust.
But there's not only me in Taiwan. There's hundreds of people that can accept lungs. So I'm opening up a door for them to choose that we want pig lungs or human lungs. There'll be a list, you know.
I want to ask, how do you think why eating human being, this behavior, why would it affect our thousands of years civilization that we already developed ourselves into a civilized human being? Just eating a different kinds of meat won't make us forget how to behave, won't make us forget what the rules are. We still have moral code, but we're talking about eating dead people. We are not talking about killing people. So we are helping this earth to cycling. Life is cycling. So we have to keep using resources to keep our race going on, because we were running out of shortage of food, that's for sure. So how do you keep saving this race, human beings, if you just stuck at normal?
Okay. Could you time out? And then Heidi, you have 2 minutes. So start.
I think eating people is definitely necessary. Apart from what Kevin said, it's making human body contribute. It's making the biggest contribution to the earth, and I think it's especially in Asian, people took a huge mass for dead people. So I think if we start this new tradition to eat people, then it will save all those work how to bury them, or how to burn them, or how to figure out a place to put them, because we are not running out of food, we are running out of land as well. Do you want to put when we have more dead people, when we have more dead body, the more dead body we get, the more place we need to put that body? Do you want to remove everything from, let's say, do you want, maybe one day we will need the land in this university to save that body, or we will maybe we will lose our countryside to build a house for that body as well. Do you want that to be occupying the land shortage? So I think eating people it's just convenient. It's saving all this terrible stuff. And besides, the Chinese people, it's said to be we need to show our highest respect to every ancestor, every dead people, every elder people, but it's just a tradition set by somebody thousands of years ago. I think eating dead people can be a way to show our respect as well.
Okay. So group 2, you have 3 minutes to ask question. Start.
So you mean if we don't eat those people and just bury them in a space, it's going to take up a lot of space. But if you eat them, you need to eat the whole part of them, including the bone, so that you won't have to make up a space to bury those bones. So I think it's just the same thing, right?
It's actually different. If you bury the whole body and not just the bone, the place will be like this table. But if there's only bones, we can break it into pieces and we can put it in a bottle. So that's table versus bottle. That's an obvious differences between the occupy of land and space.
Besides, we can make use of the bones as well. Maybe we can make it as a jewelry, or maybe one day maybe scientists will figure out that the bones is actually good for medical use.
I think we should just throw the bones away.
Of course, we can as well throw the bones away.
Yes, you can see.
Because if you like traditional Asian culture, that you need a tomb and it occupies a lot of space. But if it's thrown away, then of course this is not a problem. But if you want to keep that bone, a bottle, and you can have a little metal and say a name, so it's actually more efficient. I mean, space-wise or land-wise, it's more efficient.
And you mean that you don't mind to have your grandparents serve in front of you, like the parts of their bodies, and you have to eat them? Is that okay for you?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
We can accept that.
I mean, I don't.
Yeah, why do you look so
I'm not sure we will know what the meat, who the meat belongs to. I don't think we will know. We just,
Yeah.
it's a delicious
Like if your
cuisine.
parents or grandparents happen to die in the afternoon and for the dinner, right? So that's okay for you.
There will be process that will take time.
But what if people, if they want to eat someone and they try to like use all sorts of means to make them die just to have their meat, instead of like killing them openly?
No, because we're using meat from dead people, so basically that they're already dead.
I mean they can try to make them into a dead people,
But
not
they
like,
don't know whether they will eat them or not.
Yeah, if it's a
But they
patty,
don't know,
then there might be a part of my dad and a part of Heidi's dad, so you wouldn't know that this patty is exactly my dad.
or
You
if
know?
there's some kinds of people
It's a
who have
mixture.
mental problems that maybe they
Okay.
That's a big stew.
Okay, so Mikcol, you have 2 minutes to speech. Start.
Really? Okay. So I want to say about human being identification about the civilization, because human is by identified. I am the human, you are the human, so we are the same, and you are the pig, so we are much small. Small is not small, is much intelligence than the pig. So we build our civilization. So if we really right now we eat a human, so which means our civilization will corrupt very fast, because we will have the contradictory, because they they say because we build this kind of the civilization, and this kind of civilization is based on the identification. Identification had one point is I need to they say it's identify you are the human, so we are the human, so we are the same, so we will not eat you. Yeah, you. I think you know what I mean. And about the religion, so I must come to a religion because of the religion from the ancient religion. They say we need to keep our body because we had afterlife. I think that is bullshit, right? But it must have a reason for keeping the body fresh into the underground. That is must have a reason, but I don't know what the reason are. So about eating human, I still think that is totally wrong. The moral part is wrong, and about the other way that is totally wrong, because right now if this kind eat people, eat human is successful or is acceptable, then that will happen in the ancient. They will not be allowed from this time to another time. So like we eat a pig, so we know we are much smarter than pigs, so we eat them. So I think that like the kind of civilization is built up, the stronger and the smaller. Yes, that is my point. Yes.
Okay, group 1, 3-minute next question.
You mean civilization and identification that you mentioned many times. But all of those things is built by human being, which is us. If there is a better solution for the future, we have to change for it. Change the civilization system or identification system to fit this trend, a better trend. It's the future, a better future. So we have to change for it. We don't stick to the old tradition thing, and you know that there's a better solution over there. So we have to change for it. We go for it, okay?
Actually, about your question, I think is because the identification is spent perhaps 1,000, 2,000 years to make this concept to going well. So I don't think that I fix into the old thinking. I mean, we thinking is still possessed to go to the better place. So I think like the eating human, do you want to say your grandfather died and he will become your next dinner or blah blah blah? So that will be So my grandfather raised me from my 10 years to 20. Then I need to eat him. Oh my God! So I will be eaten perhaps 20 years later when I died or whatever.
Okay, Michael, you have to keep that a bit shorter.
Okay.
Because the whole time will be just you talking again.
Like what we just said, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know if that is your grandfather or not. It's through the factory, and maybe we have a label for good pigs, like CIS, and there could be a label for good human meat, right? So it wouldn't be a problem because it's a mixture of thousands of humans, and it will be displayed just like other meats in the supermarket, so you wouldn't know.
I know what your point, but when you look at the meat, you will think of perhaps he is my grandfather's meat.
That's a perhaps.
Yeah, that is a perhaps, but that could be the truth. Do you know what I mean?
But do you mind?
I might.
There's a thing that our body belongs to our parents. So I think
My body does not belong to my parents. It belongs to me.
I'm sure your parent will be happy to be eaten by.
No, and if you die and you think your parent will be happy to eat.
If probably when I die, they're dead as well, and they have been eaten already.
I'm coming out from my mother.
So we're gonna go in deep.
It's a circle, you know. Where we go, where we go back.
No, I don't think it's a different hole.
You just need to step out of the old comfort zone, of the old
Yes.
moral code. That's your...
Okay, and then Sienna, you have 2 minutes. Start.
I think because we are running out of food, and everybody knows that the temperature on Earth goes higher and higher, and the temperature goes 1 Celsius higher, all the creature will shrink, and also the agriculture food, they will grow. So vegetable, of course, is not the only choice that we can make. And I think life is a circle. We have 70 billions of human beings on Earth, and this number will only grow higher and higher. It won't go down, and it will grow higher very quickly. And I think eating people based on the contributing and making human life more valuable and useful, based on this concept. One generation died, 80 or 90 years old people that die, and the next generation there will be new baby born. So we are using cycling contribution because in the future people need to evolve, and I think we're just stuck at the old moral standard. The moral standard is set by people, and people can change. So as time's changing, the way we think and the way we behave need to change as well, because we need to survive, we need to keep human race going on. And I think the government should set up some professional process and regulation to prevent this eating people business go corrupt. For example, they should set up some food procedure. Maybe the government can have a national factory to buy some crops. Not buy. I don't think the family have the right to sell the crops of their family to make money. Okay.
Okay, group 2, 3-minute X question. Start.
So you mean we are now facing food shortage and also all sorts of problems? For me, I think the only way is to make human go extinct totally. So that means you shouldn't eat your own species, and you shouldn't create new generation as well. Like all of us stop existing. That's the only solution for the earth.
But we are human. We want to live. We want to survive. If anybody who wants to try to kill you, you will try to hit back, of course. So if we're running out of food, we must find a way to make food again.
But what if lots of people doesn't think eating people is a good idea? They don't accept this idea. So
Do you have
eating
a
their-
survey of that?
But like
Most of the people
in ancient time, people
don't like
wouldn't
it.
accept homosexual. They wouldn't. They enjoyed cats burning as well. So people can change. So people now they might not accept that eating people is a good idea. But when they have no food to eat, they will start changing their mind.
It's 21st century.
Everything can happen.
Even gay couples can marry, so why not eating human?
What
It's
can
About you say 21 century is
First.
21st century. Actually, I have no clue.
What?
What are you talking about?
Yes, and I think
What did he say?
because if everyone tried to bury their relatives when they die, it would only take up more space. And as you know, the population grows higher and higher. There's no enough room, no enough
I
space
don't
for
think
human
that it's
beings to
going
live.
to take more space because your body is going to decompose anyway, and our earth layer is going to accumulate and get higher and higher. So the bone eventually will get lower and lower. So it's not going to take any space at all.
No, I mean tomb,
Yeah, but the tomb is still there. It's still occupying.
coffin.
You can remove them after
percentage.
over hundreds of years afterward. You can have them removed.
Mhm.
Nobody asks you to preserve them all the time.
But who will do the action of moving all of those tombs
The
away?
government.
But
Why? Why they should?
look at Taiwan, such a superstitious country. If you want to remove the whole, you can see lots of tomb area around Taiwan everywhere, especially in countryside. Nobody will want to live there because it's haunted by ghosts. People are afraid. And those families, they wouldn't want their ancestor to be moved away too, because they think it's like holy, because people think backward.
But the time now is different. I think the government can take action against all those things. And even the burial system is now totally different than we have in the past.
Okay, so it's the end.
procedure now? Is it questions from the audience?
Conclusion.
Conclusion now.
It's a reflection.
Conclusion.
To confirm their status.
Each one of
To
you?
confirm your status.
Final conclusion, right?
From each side.
Okay.
Or is it question from audio?
I don't know.
I think conclusion and then
Question time.
question time.
So should we all give?
我们有几分钟？那个三个一个人1分钟几分
Some
钟？
basic stuff. It's still not there. The problem is, the reason we should do
It should be one person saying your whole
the waste is to throw them away. It's the mayor,
让 human
it's just a waste.
recycle.
We don't have mothers. I should imagine they would boil it or something. Just make a soup.
How can we decide?
In the same way that we don't eat sick cows. If you find a dead cow, you're not supposed to cook it. It's dead. It's automatically supposed to be destroyed. If you find a dead man that's got disease, then it wouldn't be used for food. All the checks that we use on animals, we use on humans. Yeah?
But some men will make their body, sick body to profit.
Only if your body is useful. You can't donate your organs if your organs are shit. My eyes, nobody would want my eyes, they don't work. So in the same way, you can't be used for food if your body's not up to it. Just think of all the people who die in accidents, road accidents. Their body's quite young, quite fresh. And there is a lot of meat on the human. Cows, buttocks.
If you bury the body and then take out the oxygen, so you can
At what age I can have
If you preserve the body, right? Preserving the body is because people don't want to die. They don't really want to preserve the dead body. It's a way of trying to preserve the idea of life. Oh yeah, millions of years. Because we're carbon based, so like other plants and animals, we would turn into oil, coal, and possibly diamonds under the right circumstances. But I think none of us are prepared to wait around for that length of time for that to happen. I have no problem eating humans. It doesn't bother me. It's no different to eating pigs. Monkeys. Oh, I think that's a problem, but I'm dead. Enjoy it back to me when I'm dead.
你为什么不从这边走过去就好了？
对。
Okay.
Are you ready?
Group one.
Yeah. So we go first.
Yes, group one.
哦，他们是
No, group 2 goes first.
Yeah.
Group 2.
Yeah.
Do we have each of us say something or?
It's up to you. 3 minutes. You can divide to 3 people.
You can do what you like, but you've got 3 minutes. 1 minute each, or 3 minutes for one, or 1.5 minutes
So
for
if
2,
you eat people
or any other.
but you won't eat them all.
Where's this stuff?
So it's the same. It still take need a space. The same space. If you eat or
The fire.
fire. Use fire if the bone still left. If you eat people, the bone still left. So the space is the same. Your point is.
And I will still say no to eating humans because there must be a reason that we are developed to this state where we stop eating humans. Because in the past we used to do that, but now we no longer do that kind of things. So I think like what I mentioned earlier is a proof of our civilization, of our overall development and improvements.
Can I just say, because we eat a human, actually a human eat everything, including the fish or whatever, because actually the fish will eat something from the nature, and the kind of nature, human create a lot of things which is toxic. Toxic. Yeah.
Toxic.
Yeah. So human eat this kind of things for the 100 years, and we eat them, so which means we will accept this kind of toxic in our body. So we will definitely get a very unhealthy body. So if you don't want to suffer in your afterlife, if not, in your life, when you're 50 and you eat the human flesh, and then you got a lot of bad things into your body. But that kind of thing, that will be accumulate in your body. But because if it can be delivered out, so that thing definitely can be delivered out. But you eat what you eat is the thing is accumulate in the dead people, and the dead people can't deliver out when they are in the life. But then, so I think you will get very bad body. Yes. But
You still have time.
No, I think they finished. Yeah?
can I just say, I want to mention about civilization. Yes.
Are you bringing out some viewpoints? Or
Yes.
you are?
No, final conclusion.
Yes, sir.
I'm afraid that you will.
No, go on, you still have time.
About what I said at the vacation, because of human. Okay.
Well, I'm now proposing. Okay. So, 3 minutes. Okay, start.
All right. For now, we got 3 main points that we want to point out. Firstly, that we are introducing a more efficient and better solution for human future. The first point is, of course, making more contribution. We make most of it. Like dead body wise, we make most of it, and we protect environment because by eating it, we're not burning it, and burning it will like exhaust some toxic chemical things into the atmosphere, so it's definitely not good. And third is land shortage. That if we want to bury some dead bodies, agriculture has already occupied 30% of all of the land on Earth, and land shortage is a very serious question now, so we should stop burying dead bodies into our land. And the last one is tradition. We can change, like for 100 years ago there's slavery problems, but we change our thought, and we make this world better. So we have to change. We can start eating humans. There's lots of benefits, and we just proven it. So we change our mind, and we change for our better future. That is important. And government will support this point of view, of course, because we should set up a series of rules and restrictions, and there may be some, through the process that we can have some labels that it tells that this is a good meat, or so. What am I saying? So we can have some labels or paperwork to protect people, to protect human beings of eating dead people's meat. So what you're worrying about, some toxic things may get into it. This could be prevented. Yes.
Yes.
So basically, that we're just giving all of the audience and of course team against us a better solution for a human future. So thank you.
Yes.
Question from audience.
How long?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Do you want to make it shorter? Do you want to make it shorter?
1 hour.
5 minutes.
7 minutes.
Are you sure?
For Kevin, you say it is not a better way to burn human body because you will produce toxic air to
Air
pollute.
pollution. Yes.
Yes, but I think why don't you just use filter? Like the factories in Taiwan, they produce many toxic air, but they use filters to clean the air to make it better, less toxic. And also, I think modern people, even Asian, they are the narrow-minded people. They nowadays they burn more than bury their bodies because I think ashes is better than bones. Because ashes you can just give it to trees, grass as a feedback to our mother nature. How do you think about that?
Yes, we can burn the bones after we take out the meat.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
will still be ashes.
You could give the bones to the street dogs.
Yes, and it will solve the street dog problems as well. And besides, we need to find a place for the tomb. But if we burn the body, we need to find a place to place the ash as well.
No, you just throw it to the sea.
or give it to trees or grass.
Yeah, more and more people start using the tube.
And also, I don't think that would be the straight up. That would be a solution. It will grow as many as stray dogs because there's bone everywhere. Bone everywhere.
I mean, coming back to your problem, to your questions. I mean, if you burn 100 million of people per year, even though that there's some protection, that they will still pollute. The atmosphere because we burn that much amount of people. So if we start eating some of it, we can burn less people, and that is less pollution to our
But
environment.
we also produce that much poison air every day.
So we have to reduce it by eating some of it.
Why don't you just
We
use
can
better
just use
filter?
the filter you just mentioned.
Yes.
Sorry.
We can just use the filter you just mentioned.
And besides, if the filter works, nowadays the air.
This works.
But if it.
I'm not sure it works.
Yes, probably the air wouldn't be this polluted nowadays, and the earth wouldn't be this hot nowadays.
Okay.
Yes,
Sorry.
the same point. If you're not burning those peoples, and instead of that you're using cooking them, you are making the same amount of air pollution while you're cooking them. People, yeah, meat.
Anyway, that
You're telling me you want to eat raw
Don't
meat?
we cook pigs as well?
Yeah, but you're using the same amount if you burn them to cooking. So basically you bring those air pollution to cooking. So it gains a little bit, well not a little bit, a massive amount of bigger air pollution.
But we eat 3 meals a day. We don't. It will not be. It will not be because of providing human. Because of providing human meat, that we will not eat 5 meals a day. We still eat 3 meals, and that is the amount of fire that we will use. Like in
The burning place.
in the burning place, the temperature of the fire is much higher, and it will produce more toxic things into our atmosphere. But if you just cook it, it's like 100 degrees, or it will not produce that much toxic.
If the burning place doesn't burn every day as well.
Cooking. How much pollution does it cost? It
Well,
won't,
you will be amazed
it won't
if
be
you check.
higher than those nuclear factories.
We don't use nuclear to burn body.
Yeah, I'm not saying that,
Yeah.
but I mean cooking is every day, what people do every day. So if everybody is polluting the earth every day, there's no way if you want to stop the pollution and then you just ask everybody to stop cooking, because we need to eat, we need to survive. The human race should go on. Besides, if you want to
Michael, stop nodding. Remember your role.
there's no way that you can unharm the earth, because you will.
Unharmed. Interesting. Question, Michael. Do you not think it's wasteful just burying bodies or throwing them into the sea? What a waste.
Yes.
Yes.
What a waste.
Especially
Yes,
when we burn a body, we don't just throw the body.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
We don't just.
Yes, Heidi.
We don't just throw the body into the fire. We put it in the coffin. And is that called coffin? Yes, yes. And imagine if we can simply just eat the people, we can save that every pollution in making the coffin as well, because we are running out of wood as well nowadays.
Yes.
And besides that pollution caused by burning body, some of them is caused from the coffin as well. And in the coffin, there are some metal material that can't be burned, so it's a waste.
Besides, I think pollution, this slightest cost compared the shortage of food that human will starve to death or to extinct. I think it's more important that we try to find a way to let humans survive.
Okay, but we need a question for team 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, a question for team 2.
No. I mean, can I ask?
Oh, sure, yeah, sure.
Just now you mentioned that you can grade those meats. By grading, you mean that through based on their skin colors, like
No.
maybe white meat tasted much better, or
No, because you mentioned the Mikcol disease that might produced by human meat.
yeah.
I mean, to protect people who eat human meat, that we can have such kind of check. We have to check that if it will cause any disease or problems to human body. So that's the reason why I provide this point of view. So this would not be a problem for Mikcol disease because we would check every kind of meat that come out from the
I
factory.
think cooking usually kills most of the problems in meat. That's why we cook. I don't know, but I should imagine you've got AIDS and then they cook you. I don't think you can catch
I'm
AIDS
sure
from an HIV hamburger. I don't think you can, I'm not sure.
We're just animal. I don't think our human biological system is not much different from other animals because people eat everything. Snake, mouse,
Frog.
dog.
Woman.
Can I ask one question?
In a way, yeah.
I want to ask about if a human can eat humans, so what will that be humans? Because human got a thought and a human can distinguish about this is animal and we are the humans, so we are the humans, so we won't eat each of the being of the human.
Yeah, but Michael, dead people can't do that.
But dead people still human. Well, they are
Do they
animals.
They can't be
still
educated.
They're dead people, they're not human.
Yes.
Can they talk?
Stop your walking.
Can they contribute anything to the world except being eaten?
It must be 10 minutes. Is it still not up?
It's over.
It's over.
Not
How
yet.
many minutes left?
2 more minutes.
Okay.
So I think if we buy, to put the human, the flesh into the water, the ground, so actually human body will release the nutrient for the tree or the grass.
Okay, let me ask you
That's
a
the waste
question.
of land.
We think of solution for human race, the shortage of food. How are you going to deal with the shortage of food? So is there not enough meat, not enough vegetable?
We have so many technology, we can come up with anything artificial.
True.
But that's
It's
but that's expensive now, isn't it? Not many people can buy those kind of meats that come out of laboratory, right? It's expensive.
No, I think they are making it much cheaper. You see China. Put something healthy into it.
Like I've made a presentation half years ago, and I'm talking about the artificial meat that this big of patty cost. I don't know. I kind of forgot, but millions the price start from
Is
millions.
it from America? I think you should get it from China.
China nowadays are not capable. Their technology are still not mature enough to provide this big of patty. There's only the United States that can provide this big of. I don't want to eat this kind of patty. I will not be full if
Okay. If the food shortage.
We don't have to have patties, we can have steaks.
Steaks, yeah, and there's no steaks. We can have human steaks.
Or maybe
And
we can even have
artificially,
pills,
that you
just
can
a
make
small
steaks.
pills that makes you full the whole day.
Yeah.
If the food shortage, they
It is
will
possible.
produce more.
I think in the future, human being will probably encounter in the situation that you probably have to drink your own wee and eat your own shit. So I think that body is not that bad.
Yes, especially when we need to.
If you don't have to,
When will
you
it
just have
happen
to
then?
recycle, you know.
No,
They do
it's
have to.
impossible.
No, they do that already on submarines.
10 seconds.
They clean the wee.
No.
And you use filter.
Yeah, they use one of Bruce's filters.
So human being can eat their own shit anyway, already.
Yeah.
We call it eat dead body.
Hey, what a very good one.